All right, everybody, thank you for joining or joining us here on the live stream for your one and only Denver Roller Dome. This is the second and final day of your Colorado Chaos 2025 Junior Roller Derby Invitational, and we are heading into Game 7, which is the epic battle between the team in white, the Rockin City Junior Roller Derby Rockin City Rockstars, versus the team in green, the Mob City Junior Roller Derby Mob City Misfits. Here are your skaters today for Rockin City: 08, the man, 1H277 Jamie Hendricks, 3 Lala, 4-2 Silly Goose, 619 Pink Lightning, 7 Pipes, 7-3 June's Addiction, 789 Smushroom, 8008 Mr. G, and 88 Obliviate. Here are your skaters today from Mob City: 017 Ilarekia, 05 Artemis Fowl, 132 Modzilla, 141 Equinox, 211 Slayer, 25 Apex Twin, 30 Myasora, 548 Fox McClout, 6 Evelina, 60 Thunder Bunny, 727 Fluttershy, 781 or else, 828 Lunar, 88 Scariot, and 99 Slam Punk. Shout out to all the officials. Without the officials, this would not be possible. Stack Trace, Snark Amides, Wolf Ears, Dr. Wheelgood, Blasphemous, Ultraviolet Blue, Sonar, Frodo, K2SO Green Machine, Razmataz, Thomas the Dank Engine, Doesn't Matter, Cat Sergeant, Arson, Ginger Spice, Radar, Sassy, and our incredible camera operator, the one and only Banandi. Shout out to sponsor Skate Rat Skate Shop for sponsoring the Jam Line for this whole weekend, the whole event. And shout out to sponsor Mile Hybrid Automotive for sponsoring the penalty box. For those of you out there watching on the live stream, make sure to shout out your city, shout out your team, shout out your favorite skaters throughout the event. And starting off the first jam of this game, we got June's Addiction for Rockin City versus Apex Twin from Mob City. Both jammers getting recycled on the outside. Apex Twin taking on 1 versus 4 right here at turn 1. June's Addiction fighting for the inside, but receiving a track cut sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. It is a power jam for Apex Twin. Apex Twin fighting 1 versus 1, looking to get past the pivot. and is out at turn 3 for the Jammer.
2 penalties.
And June's Addiction is in the Mile Hybrid penalty box for 2 penalties. Double the sponsorship. As Apex Twin gets recycled back to turn 2. Rockin City currently with 2 skaters in the box, and Modzilla from Mob City in the Mile Hybrid penalty box. Rockin City currently with 3 skaters in the box, including the Jammer and the Pivot, as Apex Twin is out for 4 points. June's Addiction crashing through, bursting through the defense, is now out on a scoring pass. And from just before turn 3, Apex Twin calls off the jam. And that is an 8-0 jam from Mob City, first on the scoreboard. Next up with the Skate Rats Jam line, Pink Lightning for Rockin City versus Slayor for Mob City. Both Jammers crashing into each other's defense. A multi-player block penalty has been assessed, sending a Rockin City blocker Silly Goose to the box. As Pink Lightning is out for lead Jammer. Slayer getting recycled back to the first straightaway. Pink Lightning fighting against Fox McCloud, gets passed on the inside, is out for 4 points. Slayer making a run for the outside, getting knocked out and recycled at the last moment by Or Else. Slayer now on a scoring pass. Pink Lightning fighting through the first apex here, taking out Modzilla, looking to push directly through these 3 defenders. And a multiplayer block penalty has been assessed, sending Lunar to the Mile Hybrid penalty box from turn 3. Pink Lightning calls off this jam. That is an 8-0 jam for Rockin City. 8-1 jam for Rockin City. Catching up to that lead score, currently at a 1-point difference in favor of Mob City. Next up at the Skate Rats Jam line, Mr. G for Rockin City versus Thunder Bunny for Mob City. Thunder Bunny pulling a spin move, fighting through the first apex, gets past the pivot on the inside and is out for lead Jammer. Mr. G taking on this 2-person wall, looking to get past Fluttershy. 1 versus 1, pulls a spin move on the inside and is now on a scoring pass. Thunder Bunny makes a run for the inside, no opposition, is out for 4 points. Mr. G coasting around the outside. Let's see if Mr. G picked up anything at the last moment there. And that is a 4-4 jam, keeping the score at a 1-point margin in favor of Mob City. Next up at the Skate Rats Jam line, H for Rockin City versus Slam Punk for Mob City. H trying different angles, looking to get past Isla Recca on the outside, gets past Modzilla. Oh, receives an illegal contact. Both H and Modzilla sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box, and it is currently a power jam for Slam Punk. Slam Punk taking on 1 versus 3 through the first apex. Equinox coming in for some offense. Evelina looking to clear the way. Slam Punk taking on Silly Goose. Slam Punk currently held back on the inside by the pivot. Silly Goose and Equinox providing offense. And H is out at turn 3 and is now on a scoring pass. Slam Punk out for lead jammer and immediately calling off the jam, preventing H from having an opportunity to score. Intense 0-0 jam. And we've got June's Addiction jamming for Rockin City versus Apex Twin, who is out at the first. Apex for the jammer. June's Addiction looking to get through Lunar, looking to get through Fox McCloud and Fluttershy. June's Addiction fighting out of turn 2 is now on a scoring pass as Apex Twin is out for 4 points and calls off the jam. The strategic call-offs so far, the 4 points and call it. Each jammer wanting to keep the opposing jammer at 0 in these jams. And we have a team timeout from Rockin City. Does your pet need vaccines? Did you get a new puppy or a new kitten? Can you please get me a new puppy or a new kitten? Monarch Animal Health Center offers low-cost, accessible spay-neuter surgeries, vaccines, and dental work to support the health of pets in our community. Monarch also proudly supports Denver Junior Roller Derby, a sport where no balls are required. Visit monarchanimal.com to learn more about the services and schedule an appointment. At the Skate Rats Jam line, we got Mr. G for Rockin City versus Thunder Bunny for Mob City, who is already out for lead. Jammer Mr. G working through the pack here. Mr. G fighting for that outside, held back, trying different angles here. Thunder Bunny making a run for the outside, but gets recycled. Back to the first straightaway. Mr. G tiptoeing the outside. Now working on this two-person wall. Ooh, clears pass on the inside and is now on a scoring pass. Thunder Bunny fighting for that inside path, and from the first apex calls off the jam. See it in the chat there. Let's go Rebels. Shout out your city, shout out your team, shout out your favorite skaters. And in the chat, feel free to let us know where you are tuning in from. It's always amazing to see the friends, the family, the support from other cities, other towns, and even if you are local to Denver or Colorado, great to have you here too. At the Skate Rats Jam line, June's Addiction for Rockin City versus Slayor for Mob City. Slayor getting past the final defender, Jamie Hendricks, is out for the jammer. June's Addiction getting recycled. Looking to tiptoe the outside line. Pushing past the pivot on the inside. June's Addiction is now on a scoring pass. Slayor getting recycled, and from the end of the first straightaway calls off the jam. See the shouting animal emoji in the chat. See the Go Thunder Bunny. That's right. Shout on your favorite skaters throughout the game. At the Skate Rats Jam line. Pink Lightning from Rockin City versus Apex Twin from Mob City. Jammers charging at the pack. Pink Lightning fighting for the inside. Looking to push past Eveline. Gets out for lead Jammer. And we have an official timeout. Shout out to sponsor Skate Rats Skate Shop located in downtown Loveland. Very excited to see the return of roller derby in Colorado. A proud longtime sponsor of Denver Roller Derby, Skate Rats is a one-stop shop for all things skate. Check out the wide variety of products, custom skates, safety gear, skateboards, and clothing. Over 10 years of experience, the Skate Rat staff is friendly and knowledgeable in helping you find or build whatever you may need. Check out SK8, RATZ.com for the great selection of product and speedy shipping services anywhere worldwide. Visit the retail store in Loveland for the smooth and enjoyable shopping experience. Shout out to the coffee sponsor, helping keep everybody caffeinated and awake this entire weekend. Kaladi Coffee Roaster is sharing the love and passion for coffee with all of the officials and volunteers. Kaladi staff are dedicated to producing excellent, consistent coffee cup after cup. All right, and we were just told that when it does resume, it will pick back up with an injury continuation jam. I see it right there in the chat from San Antonio, Texas. Welcome and thank you for joining us here on the live stream. Hopefully the weather is better in San Antonio than it is over here. We are overcast and with a prediction of rain here in Denver. Austin, Texas, another Texan in the house. So glad to have you with us. All right, and here we are with the continuation jam. And once again, that is going to be Slam Punk from Mob City. And Rockin City with lead jammer. Slam Punk taking on 1 versus 4, looking to push directly through these defenders. Modzilla looking to break up the defense as Rockin City is out at turn 2 for 4 points. Pink Lightning with a side surf on the inside, crashing into Isla Recchia. Fighting this 2-person wall, gets through out at turn 3 for 4 points. Slam Punk 1 versus 1, heading down the second straightaway. Getting an assist from Modzilla. Taking on Silly Goose. Slam Punk 1 versus 3 here at turn 4. Both teams' defense holding solid. And Pink Lightning out around the outside, gets past Scariot for another 4 points. Slam Punk fighting here at turn 4. Looking for the center path. And Modzilla sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box on a low block. And H also sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. Pink Lightning making a run for the inside. However, receives a track cut. Sent to the Mile Hybrid box. And Silly Goose to the box. Mile Hybrid penalty box popular today. And it is a power jam for Rockin, who has received the star. However, the jam is called off. Intense 19-0 jam for Rockin City. And I see in the chat there the Rockin City Rebels are the teammates, the juniors. Love to see the support from the adjoining league. Thunder Bunny weaving through is out at the first apex for the jammer. Rockin City currently down 3 skaters. 2 brave skaters on the track providing the defense. Thunder Bunny evading Mr. G at the last second for 4 points. Pink Lightning looking to get past Fluttershy. Pink Lightning receiving a track cut sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. Thunder Bunny currently with a power jam. Mob City skaters coming in for some offense. Thunder Bunny 1 versus 2. Lunar coming in to break up the defenders, and from turn 2, Thunder Bunny calls off this jam. See it right there in the chat, the yes Thunder Bunny. That's right, everybody. Shout out your favorite skaters. Shout out your team. Shout out your city. And at the Skate Rat Jam line, we got Slayer for Mob City off to a power start with Pink Lightning in the Mile Hybrid penalty box. Slayer with a spin move around the outside, pulls a slide. Looking to tiptoe on the outside. Slayer assessed lead jammer. Fighting through turn 2. Pink Lightning getting through the defenders is out at turn 2 and is now on a scoring pass. And that is Lala sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. From turn 3, the jam is called. Intense 0-0 jam there. Score currently at a 1-point difference in favor of Rockin City. With just under 16 minutes left in the period. Next up at the Skate Rats Jam line, this is June's Addiction for Rockin City versus Or Else from Mob City. A little jammer versus jammer before engaging the pack. June's Addiction looking to get through Lunar, looking to get through Fox McCloud and Fluttershy. Makes it out at turn 1 for the jammer. Or Else making a run for it is out on a scoring pass. June's Addiction almost making it around the outside, gets knocked out by Fluttershy and calls off the jam. That is a 1-0 jam for Rockin City. And at the Skate Rats Jam line, Mr. G for Rockin City versus Slam Punk for Mob City. Jammer's looking to choose the right angle, trying to get through this defense as Slam Punk is recycled to turn 4. Mr. G out at the first apex for the jammer. Slam Punk getting some offense from Evelina and Isla Rekia. Mr. G getting past Modzilla. gets past Evelina on the inside, is out for 4 points. And we have a star pass to Ilarekia, getting recycled on the inside, back to turn 2. Mr. G taking on 1 versus 4 here at turn 3. Looking to push directly through the defense, trying different angles to get around. Ilarekia crashing into these defenders at the back of the pack. And Rockin City blocker to the box, Obliviate to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. Ilarekia getting recycled back to the second straightaway. Mr. G, 1 versus 1, gets past Evelina, is out for 4 points. Ilarekia with a knockout at the last moment there, getting recycled. As Mr. G is out for another 4. And calls the jam. That is a 12-0 jam for Rockin City, increasing the lead to 14 points. Next up at the Skate Rats jam line, June's Addiction for Rockin City versus Thunder Bunny for Mob City. June's Addiction right away on the outside is out at turn 1 for lead jammer. Thunder Bunny makes a run for the outside, gets past the defenders, is out on a scoring pass. June's Addiction crashing into Fox McClout. Makes it out around the outside for 4 points as a forearm penalty sends Pipes to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. Thunder Bunny 1 versus 2, 1 versus 1 versus the pivot. Gets out on the inside for 4 points. June's Addiction with the spin move is out for another 4. And June's Addiction calls the jam. Aid and 4 jam for Rockin City. At the Skate Rats jam line, Obliviate for Rockin City versus Slayor for Mob City. Jammers charging directly at the pack. Obliviate getting recycled to the outside by Evelina. Slayor getting some offense from Scariot. And Obliviate out for lead jammer. Slayor sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. It is a powered jam for Obliviate. And Mr. G also sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. Rockin City currently down 2 skaters. Obliviate crashing into the pivot there. Looks like a directional gameplay. Sending a Mob City blocker to the box. And from the second apex, the jam has been called. The hard-fought 4-0 jam for Rockin City. Next up at the Skate Rats jam line, this is Pink Lightning for Rockin City off to a power start. Pink Lightning getting prevented by Lunar, getting past Fluttershy, and Lunar is out for lead jammer. Multiplayer penalty block has been called. Sending Jamie Hendricks to the Mile Hybrid box, and Pink Lightning makes a run through the inside, is out at turn 2 for 4 points. Directional gameplay has sent Mr. G to the box. Rockin City currently down 2 skaters. Pink Lightning gets past Equinox on the inside, is out for 4 points. Slayor makes it out at turn 2, picking up 4 points. Rockin City skaters looking to clear the way. Pink Lightning with a side surf through the inside, gets past the defender for 4 points and calls off the jam. And 4 jam for Rockin City. Just under 9 minutes left in the period. And we have a team timeout from Rockin City. Once again, thank you and shout out to the penalty box sponsor, Mile Hybrid Automotive. This weekend's sponsor for Colorado Chaos Penalty Box, Mile Hybrid is Denver's only exclusive hybrid electric and EV auto repair shop. Visit them at milehybridauto.com to learn about the incredible staff of this family-owned business and schedule your next service or repair. All right, next up at the Skate Rats Jam line, we got June's Addiction for Rockin City versus Slam Punk for Mob City. June's Addiction with the footwork on the inside is out for lead jammer. Slam Punk fighting into the first apex here. Getting recycled on the inside as June's Addiction gets past the final defender, is out at turn 2 for 4 points. And an illegal procedure has been called, sending a Rockin City blocker to the Mile Hybrid penalty box as June's Addiction is out for 4. Slam Punk now on a scoring pass. Slam Punk evading around the outside, is out at turn 3 for 4 points. June's Addiction with a spin move, the footwork on the outside at the last moment there. And calling the jam. That is going to be a 12-4 jam for Rockin City. Those of you joining us from Texas, were you at or were you watching via stream the Clover Cup the other month? I was not there, but I was watching it. It was a great time, such exciting games. And the rest of you out there viewing, feel free to shout out where you are tuning in from. Always love to see the support, the friends, the family from other cities, from other states, or even if you're around in Colorado or Denver, love to have you here too. it was determined that when it resumes, this will be a continuation jam. And I see it right there in the chat, the shout out from Fort Worth, where the West began. Glad to have you with us. Thank you so much for tuning into the live stream and supporting the team, supporting the skaters. Gotta take a moment for a style shout out. Style shout out to Bill. Oh, fights with this amazing derby jacket, the black and gold. All right, and there is the rolling whistle. We are moments away from the continuation jam. All right, both jammers charging at the pack here, moving for the inside. And June's Addiction with that flutter jump is out for 4 points. Slam Punk evading Mr. G to get 4 points. June's Addiction out for another 4. Slam Punk knocked down, but right back up, fighting through the second straightaway. June's Addiction makes a run for it, is out at turn 3 for 4 points. Slam Punk also out for another 4. June's Addiction evading around the outside for another 4. Slam Punk working at the back of the pack here, looking for the way through this defense. Modzilla sent to the mile hybrid penalty box. June's Addiction making a run for the inside. And from the inside of the first straightaway, calls off the jam. What an intense continuation. Both jammers getting in those points. That is going to be a 2012 jam for Rockin' City. Just under 7 minutes left in the period. And next up at the Skate Rats jam line, Pink Lightning for Rockin' City versus Thunder Bunny for Mob City. Pink Lightning tiptoeing that inside. Receives a track cut sent to the mile hybrid penalty box. It is a Thunder Jam, a power jam for Thunder Bunny. So I guess it is a Thunder Jam. Thunder Bunny getting recycled back to turn 1. Thunder Bunny getting around the pivot on the outside. Rockin' City pivot sent to the box on an illegal position. Thunder Bunny recycled to the first apex, and Thunder Bunny calling off this jam. And at the Skate Rats jam line, or else for Mob City is off to a power start, or else running into Obliviate, looking to push through this 2-person wall, gets out on the inside and is out for lead jammer. Pink Lightning working 1 versus 3 right here at the first apex. In illegal position, sending Jamie Hendricks to the mile hybrid penalty box, as or else is out for 4 points. Pink Lightning moving the defense down the second straightaway as or else is recycled on the inside. And Smushroom getting sent to the mile hybrid penalty box. Or else recycled back to turn 2 as Pink Lightning makes it past Ilarekia and is out on a scoring pass. Or else from turn 2 calls off the jam. See the shout out in the chat, the shout out for Jamie Hendricks. Shout out your favorite skaters, shout out your city, shout out your team. All right, at the Skate Rats Jam line, we got Mr. G for Rockin' City versus Slayor for Mob City. Mr. G getting denied on the inside by Lunar. Rockin' City blocker sent to the mile hybrid box. Slayor with a side surf, looking to get through. Silly Goose. Mr. G getting past Lunar on the inside is out for Lee Jammer. Slayor 1 versus 1. Tiptoes past the pivot on the inside. However, is sent to the mile hybrid penalty box. It is a power jam for Mr. G, who has scored 4 points. Both teams' defense getting ready right here just before turn 3. Silly Goose and Smushroom looking to clear the way as Mr. G is recycled on the inside. And from just before turn 3, Mr. G calls off the jam. That is a 6-0 jam for Rockin' City. Next up at the Skate Rats Jam line, Pink Lightning for Rockin' City is off to a power start with Slayer in the mile hybrid penalty box. Pink Lightning looking to fight past Modzilla. Pink Lightning gets past Mayasora, is out at turn 1 for the Jammer. They are out at turn 2. And Obliviate sent to the mile hybrid penalty box from the second straightaway. Rockin' City calls off the jam. Next up with the Skate Rats Jam line, June Addiction for Rockin' City versus Thunder Bunny for Mob City. June's Addiction denied on the outside by Fluttershy. June's Addiction trying all angles here, looking to get around Fluttershy, looking to get around Evelina, looking to get past Lunar. Thunder Bunny working hard here at the back of the pack, trying different angles to get around this Rockin' City defense. Recycled on the inside by Silly Goose to turn 4. June's Addiction recycled on the outside back to the first straightaway. Thunder Bunny fighting into turn 1. June's Addiction knocking down several defenders. And making a run for the outside, gets past the 2 defenders. June's Addiction is out for the Jammer. Thunder Bunny fighting through the first apex here. Getting some offensive assistance from Lunar, and Fluttershy makes the star pass to Lunar. June's Addiction is out at turn 3 and calls the jam. And that is a 4-0 jam as we head into intermission. Grab a snack, make sure to hydrate. Refeed those dogs and cats, and we will see you in 15 minutes.
we're down to about a few seconds left here before the start of the second half. I'm just waiting for Iron Lung to join us here, and I'll get off the mic. He has arrived. Here we go, back to Iron Lung.
Once again, thank you so much for joining us here at your one and only Denver Roller Dome. For anybody just tuning in, this is Game 7, the second and final day of your Colorado Chaos 2025. The first period saw many exciting jams, and we will be coming back to start off the second half with a score of Mob City 62, Rockin City 114, and I see the shout out in the chat there, the shout out to Nice, skater Jamie Hendricks. For those of you who are just joining us here for the second half, feel free to shout out where you are tuning in from. Always love to see the support from the fans and family in different cities and different states. Or if you are local to Denver or here in Colorado, shout that out too. I'd love to have you with us. All right, at the Skate Rats Jam line, we got June's Addiction for Rockin City versus Thunder Bunny for Mob City. June's Addiction fighting for the inside, held back by Lunar. June's Addiction tiptoeing, spinning past Equinox is out at turn one for the Jammer. Thunder Bunny fighting at the back of the pack here, as Pipes is sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. June's Addiction tiptoeing the outside, looking to push through these defenders as Thunder Bunny is out at turn two and is now on a scoring pass. June's Addiction sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. It is a power jam for Thunder Bunny. Thunder Bunny with 4 points. And Thunder Bunny sailing through the first apex, no opposition, another 4 points. Directional gameplay penalty sending Lunar to the Mile Hybrid penalty box as Thunder Bunny takes on 1 versus 1. And another 1 versus 1, getting past Pipes on the way out for 4 points. Rockin City skaters looking to clear the way for June's Addiction. June's Addiction getting recycled on the outside. Pulling a side surf and is out for 3 points. Cut track penalty sending Modzilla to the mile hybrid boxes. June's Addiction sails out of turn 2 for 4 points. Thunder Bunny taking down some defenders. Thunder Bunny looking to get around the pivot. Getting some offensive assistance from Lunar. Big 16-11 jam from Mob City. And we have an official review from Mob City. If you've been having fun out there watching yesterday and today and you want to sponsor some of these amazing events right here at the Roller Dome, you can just email hello@therollerdome.org. See another shout out there in the chat. Shout out for Jamie Hendricks. Everybody make sure to shout out your favorite skaters. Shout out your team. Shout out your city. See another shout out right there in the chat for Jamie Hendricks. Always love seeing the support from the friends, the family, the fans. And a shout out right there for Mob City Misfits, especially Modzilla from Everett, Washington. Thank you for joining us from Washington. See the shout out there for Obliviate. Love to see the support. All right, the official result from the official review. They were requesting an illegal re-entry on the opposing jammer. However, the no call will stand, and the official review is not retained as Fox McCloud pulls a knee slide and is out at turn 2 for lead jammer. Pink Lightning pulls a reverse spin move and is out on a scoring pass. Fox McCloud crashing through these defenders, moving the defense down the second straightaway, busting through the defense for 4 points and calling off the jam. Rockin City able to pick up some points in that jam as well. That is a 4-2 jam for Mob City. And I see the shout out there to me and Benandi. Thank you so much for joining us here. Love to have all of y'all with us here on the stream. At the Skate Rats Jam line, we got Jamie Hendricks for Rockin City versus Slayer. And Rock City, Jamie Hendricks right away. Clear path is out for lead jammer. Slayer fighting at the back of the pack here. Trying different angles to get around, getting recycled to the second apex. Jamie Hendricks getting past Lunar and Fluttershy is out for 4 points. Slayer almost makes it around the outside, gets recycled to turn 4. Jamie Hendricks with a spin move, however, receives a track cut sent to the mile hybrid penalty box. It is now a power jam for Lunar, who has received a star pass. And this is going to be every skater's favorite, a full 2-minute jam. Lunar getting recycled by Silly Goose. Back to turn 4. Lunar looking to push directly through with some offense from Slayer. Is out for 4 points. Lunar crashing into these defenders. Bursts right through, gets past Silly Goose for 4 points. Jamie Hendricks also out for 4. Both teams' defense preparing right here at the first apex. Lunar looking to push directly through. Jamie Hendricks almost completes the apex jump. Gets recycled by Equinox. Lunar getting some offensive assistance from Fluttershy. Lunar recycled on the outside. Jamie Hendricks looking to get past Equinox. Slayer and Fluttershy. Lunar 1 versus 1 at the first straightaway here, looking to get around the Rockin' City blocker. Both jammers fighting through turn 2. And the jam clock has expired. That was a hard-fought 12-12 jam. I see another shout out there for Jamie Hendricks. Everybody make sure to shout out your favorite skaters, shout out your city, shout out your team. And at the Skate Rats Jam line, Mr. G for Rockin' City versus Apex Twin for Mob City. Mr. G fighting for the inside, tiptoeing the line, getting prevented by Scariot. Mr. G being sent to the mile hybrid penalty box. It is a power jam for Apex Twin, who has picked up lead jammer. Apex Twin getting some offense from Modzilla, getting some offense from Evelina and Ilarekia. Apex Twin busting through the 2 wall is out for 4 points. Apex Twin held back on the outside. Mob City skaters looking to clear a path. Modzilla sent to the mile hybrid penalty box. Apex Twin out at turn 2 for 4 points. Apex Twin 1 versus 1. Mr. G running into the pivot, looking to push past Evelina. Pulls a reverse move and is out on a scoring pass. Apex Twin fighting at the back of the pack here, and from the first apex calls off the jam. That is a 10-0 jam for Mob City. Next up at the Skate Rats Jam line, Pink Lightning for Rockin' City versus Thunder Bunny for Mob City. Pink Lightning right away gets past Equinox on the inside, is out for lead jammer. Thunder Bunny looking to get past the pivot, gets past Jamie Hendricks on the outside, is on a scoring pass. Pink Lightning gets past Modzilla. However, receives a track cut sent to the mile hybrid penalty box. It is a power jam for Thunder Bunny. And this will also be every skater's favorite, a full 2-minute jam. Thunder Bunny getting some offense from Equinox, getting some offense from Modzilla and Evelina. Mob City skaters looking to help clear the way. Thunder Bunny recycled on the outside by the man. Thunder Bunny looking to push directly through these defenders. Pushing right into the seam of that defense has Pink Lightning has scored 4 points. Thunder Bunny recycled to the start of the first apex. Pink Lightning running directly through. Almost makes it past Modzilla. Modzilla sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. Pink Lightning weaving through these defenders, making a run for the inside. Gets past Fluttershy. And looks like we got a Jammer versus Jammer race here. Fluttershy currently with the star from Mob City. Some Jammer versus Jammer. Before engaging the pack, Pink Lightning taking on this two-person wall. Pink Lightning tiptoeing the inside. Fluttershy knocked to the outside. And the jam clock has expired. I see the shout out right there in the chat for the Rock Stars. Everybody make sure to cheer on your team, cheer on your skaters. Shout out your city where you are tuning in from. That was a 12-4 jam for Rockin City, and we have an official timeout. All right, we are about to resume here. We got Mr. G for Rockin City versus Or Else for Mob City. Or Else recycle back to the second apex as Mr. G is out at turn one for lead jammer. And a quick call off there, preventing the other jammer from having a chance to score. I see the shout out there in the chat for Mr. G. Love to see the support from the friends, the family, the fans. All right, we got June's Addiction for Rockin City versus Or Else for Mob City. June's Addiction receiving a forearm block sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box. It is a power jam for Or Else, who is lead jammer. Or Else crashing into this defense. Getting some offensive assistance from Evelina, from Lunar. And Or Else is out for 4 points. Everybody's defense getting ready here at the first apex. Lunar coming in for some offense. Or Else looking to push directly through. Mob City defenders looking to prevent June's Addiction. June's Addiction with a spin move is out on the scoring pass, but from the inside of turn one, Or Else calls off the jam. I see the double shout out there for June's Addiction. And a shout out for Jamie Hendricks. Keep the love coming. Keep the shout outs coming. That's going to be a 7-0 jam for Mob City. 17 minutes left in the game. And next up with the Skate Rats jam line, we got Mr. G for Rockin City versus Slayor for Mob City. Slayor making a run for the inside, runs into a defender and gets past Silly Goose for lead. Jammer Mr. G receiving a high block penalty sent to the mile hybrid penalty box. It is a power jam for Slayor. And we have an official timeout. Once again, quick shout out to Skate Rats Skate Shop for sponsoring the Jam Line this entire weekend. And shout out to Mile Hybrid Automotive for sponsoring the penalty box. Shout out to our coffee and caffeine sponsor for the weekend, Kaladi Coffee Roaster, sharing the love and passion for coffee with all of the officials, all of the volunteers. This entire weekend, Kaladi staff is dedicated to producing excellent, consistent coffee cup after cup. Thank you for keeping everyone here awake. Those of you on the live stream, feel free to shout out if you also checked out the live stream last year, or if you were here, if you watched or attended in previous years for Colorado Chaos, feel free to shout that out too. Love to see people come back and love to see people show up for the first time. And at the Skate Rats Jam Line, we got Slayer off to a power start with Mr. G in the mile hybrid penalty box. Slayer busting out at turn 2 for 4 points. Mob City skaters looking to clear the way for Slayer. Slayer making a run through the center, taking on this 2-person wall. Denied on the inside, now taking on, getting recycled on the outside. Mr. G out at the second straightaway is now on a scoring pass. However, from the start of the second straightaway, Slayer calls the jam. That is a 8-0 jam for Mob City. the Skate Rats Jam line, we got H for Rockin' City versus Slam Punk from Mob City. H right away runs through the inside. No resistance is out for lead jammer Slam Punk. Also out on a scoring pass. H pulling off the apex jump for 4 points. Slam Punk getting some offense from the team. Mob City skaters looking to clear a path, and it works. Slam Punk runs out around the outside, is out for 4 points. H evading the final defender for 4 points and calling off this jam. Hayden Ford jam for Rockin' City. 15 minutes left in the game. At the Skate Rats Jam line, June's Addiction for Rockin' City versus Thunder Bunny for Mob City. June's Addiction pulling a reverse move, immediately exiting the pack for lead jammer. Thunder Bunny makes a run for the inside, gets past the final defender Lala, and is out on a scoring pass. June's Addiction out on the outside for 4 points and calling the jam. That is a 4-0 jam for Rockin' City. Next up at the Skate Rats Jam line, H for Rockin' City versus Slayer for Mob City. Slayer looking to push directly through these defenders. H tiptoeing the outside and evading Evelina is out for lead jammer. Slayer getting recycled to the first straightaway. 1 versus 1, looking to get past this blocker. However, the man sent to the mile hybrid penalty box as H is out at the second straightaway for 4 points. And a high block penalty sending Jamie Hendricks to the mile hybrid box. Slayer is now on a scoring pass. H fighting past Evelina is out at turn 3 for 4 points. Slayer out at turn 3, also scoring 4 points. H almost completing the apex jump. Getting recycled to the second straightaway. H running into Fox McClout. And Slayer evading around the outside for 4 points. Everybody's defense right here at turn 3 as the jam is called. And that is an 8-8 jam. I see the shout out there in the chat for H. Love to see the support from the friends, the family, the fans out there. Oh, that's going to be a 12-8 jam for Rockin' City. At the Skate Rats Jam line, we got Or Else for Mob City versus Mr. G, who has got out the pack first for lead jammer. Or Else getting recycled by Pink Lightning. Mr. G fighting for the outside, getting past Lunar, looking to get past Fluttershy, Or Else knocked to the outside, and we have an official timeout. See the shout out there in the chat for Mr. G. Love seeing everybody send in the love and support from afar. And here is our in-house team of announcers for this game, Track Mamba and Chai Kilski. See a couple new shout outs there for Rockin City from Seattle. Thank you for sending the love from Seattle. And watching all these skaters work really hard. I love that you are here, seeing them work so hard and do their thing. All right, we are resuming here at the Skate Rats Jam line. We got Mr. G for Rockin City versus Thunder Bunny for Mob City. Mr. G tiptoeing outside, getting past Fluttershy and Artemis Fowl for 4 points. Multi-player block penalty has been called, sending Silly Goose to the Mile Hybrid box as Thunder Bunny fights through and is out at turn 1. Thunder Bunny now on a scoring pass as Mr. G has scored 4 points. Both teams' defense getting ready here. However, Mr. G calls off the jam. All right, at the Skate Rats Jam line, we got June's Addiction for Rockin City versus Apex Twin for Mob City. Both jammers currently held back on the outside. Now looking to push directly through. Apex Twin trying all angles here. Isla Rekia coming in first to prevent June's Addiction. June's Addiction jumps past Isla Rekia, is out for lead jammer. Apex Twin getting some offensive assistance. Apex Twin 1 versus 1. Makes a run for the outside. Apex Twin is out on a scoring pass as June's Addiction crashes into Isla Rekia. Looks to get around the outside. June's Addiction pulls a spin move on the inside and calls off the jam. And that's going to be 4-0 for Rockin City. Next up at the Skate Rats Jam line, Pink Lightning for Rockin City versus Slam Punk from Mob City. Both jammers looking for the direct path. Pink Lightning looking to get past the pivot, makes it out at turn 2 for lead jammer. Slam Punk is out at the second straightaway on a scoring pass. Pink Lightning looking to take the outside, gets denied, and from turn 2 calls off the jam. Oh and 0 jam. A 1-0 jam for Rockin City, picking up a point there. Score is currently at a 50-point difference in favor of Rockin City. And at the Skate Rats Jam line, H for Rockin City versus Slayer for Mob City. Slayer almost getting through on the inside, getting denied and recycled. As H is sent to the Mile Hybrid penalty box, it is a power jam for Slayer, who has just exited at turn 1 for lead jammer. Both teams' defense getting ready right here at the first apex. Mob City skaters looking to clear the path as Slayer gets out and past Silly Goose for 4 points. Fluttershy helping to clear the way. Slayer recycled on the outside by Silly Goose to the first apex. H looking to push directly through the defenders. Makes it out, is now on a scoring pass. Slayer recycled to turn 2. And from the outside of turn 2, calls off the jam. Six and 0 jam for Mob City. All right, next up at the Skate Rats Jam line, Pink Lightning for Rockin City versus Thunder Bunny for Mob City. Pink Lightning right away finds the clear path, runs out on the inside for lead jammer. Thunder Bunny makes a run for it. It is out at turn 1 and is now on a scoring pass. Pink Lightning tiptoeing the inside, running into Fox McClout from the outside of turn 1, calls off the jam. Each team picked up a few points there. That is going to be a 3 and 2 jam for Rockin City. And at the Skate Rats Jam line, we got H for Rockin City versus Apex Twin for Mob City. H looking for the inside, gets past Fluttershy, is out at turn 1 for lead jammer. Apex Twin pulls off an apex jump, however, receives a track cut sent to the mile hybrid penalty box as H gets the apex jump for 4 points. Everybody heading into the second straightaway here. Rockin City looking to pull off a bobsled. H recycled on the outside by Evelina back to turn 2. Pulls off a Jersey whip to stay on the track. Gets past Fluttershy and is out at turn 3 for 4 points. Rockin City looks like they're set up to attempt another bobsled. H with a reverse move on the inside, however, receives a track cut sent to the mile hybrid penalty box. It's going to be a power jam for Apex Twin. And we are now on the jam clock for this jam. Mob City skaters looking to clear the way. Apex Twin 1 versus 1 gets out past Pipes for 4 points. Fluttershy coming in for some offense. Apex Twin making a run for the inside with the footwork hop out at the second straightaway for 4 points. H pushing directly through the defenders. 1 versus 2. H makes it out at turn 3 for 4 points as Apex Twin also out for another 4. Rockin City blocker sent to the mile hybrid penalty box and Fluttershy to the box. Each team currently down 1 skater. And the jam clock has expired. Intense 16 and 16 jam. See the shout out right there in the chat for H. Love to see the support. At the Skate Rats Jam line, June's Addiction for Rockin City versus Slayer from Mob City. Jammers charging at the pack. June's Addiction bursting through the defense for lead jammer. Slayer with the side surf. Evades the defenders. Gets recycled by Mr. G back to turn 1 as June's Addiction evades around the outside for 4 points. Slayer making a run for the outside. Gets past Mr. G and is now on a scoring pass. June's Addiction out at turn 3 for another 4. As Mr. G is sent to the mile hybrid penalty box. Slayer around the outside out at turn 3 for another 4 points. June's Addiction pulling a spin move and getting out of the pack for another 4. And calling off the jam. I see the shout out right there in the chat for June's Addiction. Keep the love coming, keep the shout outs coming. And that was 12 and 4 for Rockin City, as we have at the Skate Rest Jam Line Pink Lightning for Rockin City versus Thunder Bunny for Mob City. Both jammers looking to take the inside. Pink Lightning tiptoeing out first for lead jammer as Thunder Bunny is recycled back to the start of the straightaway. Thunder Bunny getting around the outside is out at turn 1, is on a scoring pass. Pink Lightning out at turn 2 for 4 points and calling off the jam. Four and oh jam for Rockin City. And I see the shout out right there for Pink Lightning. Everybody make sure to shout out your favorite skaters, shout out your city, shout out your team, as we are now within the final moments of this game. We got June's Addiction for Rockin City versus Or Else. And June's Addiction sent to the mile hybrid penalty box on an illegal contact, as Or Else is out at turn 1 for lead jammer. Both teams' defense getting ready right here at the first apex. Or Else staying in the lines, making it out at turn 2 for 4 points. Isla Recchia D9, Jamie Hendricks, Lunar, and Fluttershy looking to prevent Jamie Hendricks from moving forward. Or Else working on 1 versus 3. Down the second straightaway. Or Else pushing right into the seam of this defense. Now working on this 2-person wall. Mob City skaters coming in for some offense. Lunar is sent to the mile hybrid penalty box. Each team currently down 1 skater, as Or Else from the outside of turn 3 calls off the jam. All right, that is the unofficial score, but we will wait for the rolling whistle and the scoreboard update. I see the shout out right there for the Rebels. Love to see the support. All right, that was the rolling whistle. Let's wait for the scoreboard change. All right, your final score for the game. Mob City Misfits 177, Rockin City Rockstars 226. Everybody out there, feel free to put your hands in the air, put your hand up toward the screen as these skaters come by for the high five laps. You can still give them a virtual high five to congratulate everybody for the hard work and the effort for an amazing game. And everybody out there, thanks again for joining us here on the live stream at the Roller Dome. Make sure to check out the other games today for the second and last day of your 2025 Colorado Chaos.